end all be all in my opinion, you know.
Let's see if Xtreme Gaming have drafted themselves the winning draft. Can they summon Exodia, get themselves a W with these 5 heroes? Or will it be Azure Ray, utilizing the Somnus Pango, and of course the loose Slark and Chalice on as a baton to secure themselves a victory? Man, I didn't realize how much I missed Chalice as a player. Having him and JT in the same game, it's just been so much fun to watch. The different shenanigans that go on, the different perspectives about how to play the offlane right now.
And they're bringing some old school to the offlane, where all these zoomers are spamming the same heroes, doing the same things. Here comes Chalice, picks Omni Knight, you know. Comes in, owns the game.
So how do you think this game is going to go for JT's Timber for Game 3?
Well, I hope better than Game 1 and 2. So far, the Timbersaw just didn't have any success, did he? This time around, what's he playing into? He's playing into a Slark. I feel like already he's going to suffer a little bit.
Especially if he gets first blooded. Yeah, Tianming gets the first blood. Lu didn't have Essence Chef, so it doesn't get some bonus stacks.
Okay, so
the most important thing is that they denied the curse. They got 3 bounties, but then they lost first blood, so it's all reset to even.
Yeah, but wait, so they're moving Disruptor top. He's still skilling Thunderstrike, but they're playing into Slark. So he's just gonna be dispelling it anyway with Dark Pact, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, yeah. Not sure how impactful Kaka is gonna be here. And last game, I felt like Timbersaw actually had a good lane. They just messed it up a little bit with execution. This time around, perhaps the lane is even a bit harder. You're playing into Slark. Later
last
on,
game they were doing good, right? Until that dive. And they, what is it, like around level 7 or something? And they all just ended up dead?
It was much earlier when Silencer got a kill on Bat, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
And then they killed the Timber as well afterwards. So the lane that they were doing really fine in ended up kind of even. Lu, actually
in danger. He's Dark Pacted
right?
already. He's dead. Yeah, he's gone. Taken out. JT might actually get a double off of this as he brings down Tianming. Okay. That's how you want to start a game as Timber.
Yeah, Dark Pact as well, just being constantly triggered because of Thunderstrike, and then when you need it really versus Timber to run away, you don't have it.
So it looks like Kaka had some tech prepared for us with that level 1 Thunderstrike, demonstrating the value it can provide. On the other side of the map, we do see Ghost trying to farm away on his Faceless Void and playing into Chalice and FY. Now, this feels like a fun lane to play. A Bat and Coddle. Sign me up, baby.
How is it fun? Why is it fun for you?
Because the enemy can't do anything to you, man. You just hit them, and then they think about hitting you, and they're like, well, can we do it? No. There's Blinding Lights where you can't kill anyone. There's Aphotic Shields where you block so much damage. There's Curse of Avernus, so every few hits, the carry has to go back. It's fun.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see what you mean. At the same time, it's just kind of like you're just trading hits. You don't have like some huge kill potential, I feel like. Meanwhile, on top lane, it's just madness, right? Everyone, JT is diving you, Kaka is hitting you. You can't heal up, you can't shield. You just have to hit back and hope for the best.
It's also reflecting in the CS numbers of the Slark, because he's not anywhere close to the top of the leaderboard. That's, of course, being taken up by the Timbersaw that he has to farm up against. Timber. So what do we want to see built up for JT in this game? He is playing into a Silencer again. Are you imagining that you want to see an Echo Saber as Lu jumping onto Kaka, hoping to try and find this kill, but unable to make it happen? Tianming is going to be the one that claims it, though, with the last word.
I can't really go on Timber. He has Magic Wand, he has Healing Lotus as well. Did you ask about Timber? What he's going to build? Or?
Yes.
Well, I think you need the same dispel like in the last game. The only question is, do you want to get Yules or do you want to get Lotus this time around? I feel like maybe a Lotus this time around would be better. Yules is also good.
Some decisions to be made through middle. I think Kaka might be dead here. Lost word on top of him. Somnus already used the swashbuckle though, so doesn't have it available to apply the bonus damage. Arcane Curse will still tick him out nonetheless.
Low top
Tianming
lane.
been very effective on the map, but because he's gone from top, Lu was almost about to die, but he doesn't end up getting brought down by JT.
Thank you, Scriff. That was extremely fast from Lu. Very nicely done.
What a player.
Quelling Blade is the 3, just as JT is trying to Timber Chain on it. Very well played. And now
Actually
they're
might punish
chasing him.
JT. They can last word him. It's not going to kill him off, but it will bother him a little bit. More importantly, it buys Lu space and time to farm up, finish boots, so he can at least have a bit more range to play around the Symbol Soul.
Yeah, he deserves all the farm that he can get in this lane after the Quelling Blade. I feel like that was a lane-saving move right there. They are pinging Paparazzi because Kotl is here, right? So they can do the double swashbuckle. But it doesn't really connect. Puck has 11 magic wand charges, yeah. Oh, he goes in.
He's fine. Pops those charges you talked about. He's cool. I think he's also happy to be drawing all their attention towards this lane. Top. We almost had a kill onto Tianming. But Kaka can't find him with the Thunder Strike, and Kaka himself might end up dead. There's going to be a blinding light to ensure that he's knocked back. The kinetic field will delay proceedings a bit, but with Arcane Curse on him, there's almost no way he survives. Will end up dead, but at the same time, Chalice dies bottom to Ghost and DY. That's the offlaner taken away from Azure Ray right now.
Yeah, he's a little bit too deep, a little bit too close to the tower, and you know, you get bashed a couple of times. You die to the Faceless with or without that shield that you've got.
Okay. Faceless Void. Our boy Ghost doing his thing. Somnus, though, starting to think about making more forays on the map. He has level 6 available. Sadly, killing Paparazzi, even with the level 6, very difficult to do. But now that I think about it, it's actually rough for him to rotate, right? Going top, you're not going to kill Timber at this point in time. You're probably not killing Faceless Void with Chalice. It's not like he's playing Beastmaster or something. The damage is just not there on the map.
Yeah, he's the only control that they've got. And that's hard to play with. So you probably need to wait out an item or two on Slark. And then you can combo things up. There's still obviously like an opportunity to outplay. If it arises, I'm sure that Somnus will pounce on it. Kaka.
Is he dead? Well, we ran out of mana on Tianming, so he has to just TP away. Kaka gonna be A-okay. I wonder if he's gonna go for the build he went for like last year at some point when he was still on RNG. He used to rush Aghanim Scepter every game. Down bottom, you see Chalice getting aggressed upon by Paparazzi. Although Somnus can't necessarily combo with his team, XG do not have such difficulties as they easily find and kill Chalice. DY gets the kill.
Opens up a little bit of space for that Pangolier to continue farming, right? That's something at least. Like Pango, Somnus, you mentioned, he can't really rotate around, can't really make a lot of plays, but at least he can get farm. And if someone dives, then he can perhaps think about, like Timber dives top, then he can think about TPing in, perhaps punishing JT. But Diffusal here is what he's, I believe, looking at. Let's see, he's going top.
See what he decides to do here, Somnus. Does have the newly picked up power trades and a shield rune. So far, they don't have the clearest vision in the world. And it's just the two of them, him and Lu. So if they find Kaka, Kaka will die, but not so sure about JT. We'll see what happens here. Lu finally gets the vision on Kaka. He sees him, but he doesn't want to die without having a bit more information. As Somnus does arrive, does feel like it's too late. Nothing's going to happen in the top lane.
Yeah, meanwhile, DY, he's actually stealing their stacks on the Batrider.
Big plays. JT eats a last word, so they're still sticking here with Somnus. They're feeling a bit skittish about this. I agree with you that I'd be much happier if he just sat around farming right now. Not much he can accomplish with these rotations.
Yeah, maybe some triangle move was good, you know, to try and steal the Ancients, to try to steal the hard camp, like the EY did on the other side, but it didn't happen, and in the end, just a lot of time wasted. Actually, about a minute and a half since the moment he took that rune, he went out of the lane.
Well, being hurt a little bit in that CS department, but finishes the Orb of Corrosion and has a token now. So can still maintain his presence. Top lane, Lu falling fairly low here with the Chakram. Does have access to the ultimate, but this is a Timber Soul. Doesn't necessarily protect you. They're bringing in DY as well. Shadow Dance will come out, and indeed, it offers 0 protection against Timber, as JT is on a killing spree by bringing down Lu.
Yeah, they just feel helpless at the moment, and I'm like thinking, what happens to Azure Ray that changes things? Is it some item on Abaddon? Is it some item on Pango? What changes things? What enables them to start fighting? Because they're not gonna get anything massive, I feel like, right? Tianmin?
He should be okay, Tianming. I say that, but Kaka glimpses him back. But the Power Rangers TPs are in from Azure Ray. Lu, unfortunately, does not connect with the pounce onto JT. And all these heroes came top. They kill off JT's courier, but as long as he doesn't die, he's happy. Rolling Thunder onto DY. Somnus does manage to connect, and they should be able to finish him off here. Swashbuckle makes the grab happen. But that's a 4-hero rotation for a lowly Batrider. Definitely worth it for the side of XG.
Yep. Meanwhile, Paparazzi pushing in mid. He does have that Carti doubled up wave as well. At least Silencer TP's in on time to just heal up the tower, just to save the tower a little bit. Can't heal him, sadly, but... And you know, sometimes when you don't have plays, when you can't catch people, when you don't have initiation, you just move around as 4 or 5 and force objectives. If you want to fight us, we don't need to catch you. If we don't catch you, we'll just take your towers. That's maybe the way Azure Ray can play.
Azure Ray right now, still just farming away. One thing that's also going to be intriguing to watch is what's Chalice's build going to be. He'd earlier on queued up a Manta style. Changed his mind right now, going for an Echo Saber. Is he going to go for the Harpoon build? We don't know. I mean, I guess if you go Harpoon Manta, it sort of fulfills the same role as like buying Blink Dagger, and you can still buy Blink afterwards.
Yep, exactly. And it's maybe even better because Echo Saber gives you the double hit plus the Manta. You're instantly silenced. So it could be really damn good versus something like a Faceless Void.
Yep. It'll definitely help to get some bonus gold for that because DY will give up his life for the Azure Ray cause. I still want to see what the question you asked earlier. I want to see what their answer is for Azure Ray. When do they feel they're strong enough to make moves? Diffusal play is about to complete for the Somnus Pangolier. We've already got Lu's Echo Saber. So if it's not now, it's gonna be a hell of a long time before they feel confident enough to do anything on the map.
Yeah, and speaking of Somnus, like he might have rotated a bit too much, but the network is really damn good on the Pangolier. Almost has that diffusal. We'll have it in a bit.
Pango. Him and his team, they really want to take the tier 1 tower. Diffusal has just arrived. I also love that FY is just blasting the Twin Gate just to make sure that there's nobody just standing on the high ground there. But it looks like we're all going to just have some towers being traded away. JT will ensure that Radiant side get the Dire tier 1 top, and they'll get it bottom with Chalice being the one to tank up all the damage.
Kind of a quiet game at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Just some mirrored movements across the map. No big team fights, even though you have Lasso, you have Pakult, have Chronosphere as well to work with.
Oh my god. There's a static zone top onto Lu. He's gonna end up dead, but there's a world in which he doesn't. There was a 2-hero stomp onto the Puck and the Disruptor, stopping their approach, and now we're gonna be approaching this Faceless Void middle with the Rolling Thunder, and Azure Ray are able to finish off Ghost. So the two safe laners dead on both sides of the map. We might still lose more though. Tianming gets removed from play by Xtreme Gaming. They glimpse back the Coddle, so that leaves Somnus all alone here in the river. They're looking to try and bring him down. Chalice there though with the Aphotic Shield, bailing his buddy out of trouble. Just that one spell turns everything around and ends the fight through this river.
Yeah, so everything was kind of calm. Everyone got their spells, the big spells, and now everything is active as hell. Let's see, FY.
There will be a glimpse back onto Somnus. I mean, he doesn't mind that actually, but unless he gets Chronoed for his efforts, Ghost thinking about it, he will indeed pop the bubble. They drop the Dream Coil as well, but ultimately they might have the kill. No, they don't. They heal from Fly. The Aphotic Shield from Chalice. He does eventually die, but it was a hell of a commitment. Chalice gets a double by cleaning up the Disruptor. JT is able to get a double of his own on Kaka's life, but the question is, does he escape? He's on the high ground right now. The Curse of Avernus is not gonna be there just yet. The silence not out. Lu missed the pounce. JT will eventually get brought down. Lu's the one credited with that. 600 gold in his back pocket. And Ghost almost died while that was happening. If Somnus was still alive, Ghost would be dead. But he isn't, so he is. And that fight comes to an end. Was very chaotic though, Liz.
It was very chaotic, but Slark coming in clutch in the end, getting a kill on the Timber. That was, I believe, an unstoppable that he killed. So 700 gold goes the way of Slark from one singular kill. Chaotic game just blew up after a minute 12, more or less. Extremely fun to watch. Not sure how they didn't kill Pango a little bit faster in the Chronosphere. I believe there was maybe a disarm on Faceless Void, something like that. They weren't able to. But overall, it should be more difficult for Xtreme Gaming to get these kills. After all, they're playing into an Abaddon.
Playing into this Abba, who is about to finish Harpoon, but maybe if he gets smoked into and killed, it might take longer. They jump middle, but they get the silence after the swashbuckle. And now with the global back onto this paparazzi, Puck, he's dead. Oh my goodness, swashbuckle connects onto DY as well. With the shield crash, they find the necessary slows and they find the kill they looked for. Chalice on a killing spree right now. And they're gonna get a tier 2 tower, Liz.
Azure Ray, they just have a different approach to the game in this series. Something that Xtreme Gaming isn't able to deal with. Just a ton of sustain, constantly. Shield, heal from Abaddon, mana from Keeper of the Light. Somnus in that last game, he never had to go base as Storm. It's the same in this one. As long as there's no Chronosphere, I feel like they feel very safe on Azure Ray.
Azure Ray right now. I've taken a tier 2 middle. They're starting to control the bottom area. And they can start casting their mind towards the big Roshan pit. That being said though, it's not a fantastic and massive lead that can't be surmounted. You said many times, Faceless Void is still the king of the late game with Chrono. So Azure Ray definitely have an impetus to try and end the game before we get to that point.
Yep, I feel like their heroes are, at the moment, very strong. The items that they bought as well just enable them to fight. The Harpoon on Abaddon, now the Aghanims on Slark. They don't really have to sit back and relax because their late game isn't shabby, by the way, as well. Right? They're also strong, but they just don't have to go that late. I feel like they can actually take fights right now.
And Xtreme Gaming, Dream Coil in the river, not gonna go anywhere, but there's the Chrono onto Somnus, and this time around, FY and Chalice are not close by enough, so they easily finish him off. Tianming does get an Aphotic Shield as Chalice finally makes his presence known in this fight. Nice Harpoon onto the Batrider. He does throw a lasso back though. Will probably end up dead to Lu, however. And now JT, hoping to try and avenge him, goes in with the Chakram combo. It's not enough damage though. Borrow time was triggered onto Chalice, but Paparazzi, no! Paparazzi got silenced! As soon as he came out of the phase shift, immediately silenced up and killed off by Lu with the slug.
Yeah, they need to somehow deal with the Abaddon and what he's doing to them. Like, these silences are huge. Echo Saber, even though Lu didn't manage to pounce on him, it didn't really matter in the end. He got enough damage to kill him off. Abaddon, making a difference, like Chalice in that last game as Omni Knight, in this game as Abaddon. And kind of really the same principle, the same approach to the game.
Azure Ray, man. Oh, this team has been so much fun to watch. What a tour of the DPC overall. As Azure Ray now get themselves into the Roshan pit, looking for the big man. Lu and the boys looking for their chance to get into Bali. And if they get this Aegis, I feel like it's a 2k gold lead still short, gets up to like 3 or 4, but I feel like win probability spikes dramatically with this first Aegis.
Can they even contest it? I don't think so, right?
Nope.
Timber far, far away. They don't have Chronosphere.
That is the one problem that they have on XG, right? Is that the trend we've seen over the course of the series is long, drawn-out engagements. And similar to what happened in Game 1, where Ghost was playing that Monkey King, he's yet again forced to play almost purely around his ultimate.
DY?
So far, though, the jump in, Lu, he finds DY. They almost found Ghost, but DY happy to commit his life for the cause. He ends up dying here. That's going to open up some space, potentially, for a tier 2 tower push.
Yep. You talked about all of these prolonged fights. Well, again, I feel like Lu, in that last game, when he was playing the Naga, he had a way of healing and helping his teammates. This time around, as a Slark, he also has the same way of healing and helping his teammates with the Aghanim Shard. He's not gonna get it from this Tormentor, maybe the next one. Probably not. If he wants it, he'll most likely have to buy it.
It's a very good game for that Depth Shroud, especially with 4 heroes caught inside the Chronosphere. It's such an annoying aspect of playing into Slarker's Void, because there's nothing you can do about it. You just see this happen and you're like, well, okay, cool, man.
Pretty much, yeah, you need to catch him instead. And then maybe if you kill him, it's not an issue. But besides that, yeah, you gotta get him. The problem is, even if you get him, there is Abaddon, right? Like, he can be the one saving the Slark. Slark can be the one saving the Abaddon. Silencer can global to break apart your fight when you chrono. It's just at this point, it doesn't feel easy. DY, they see him.
They get a quick kill first onto this Disruptor. They find DY as well, and they should be able to claim away his life. So, Azure Ray just casually picking off these supports right now. And this is starting to be a huge problem because this Faceless Void, we are still a ways away from him having the Mjolnir. And he's definitely going to need bigger and better items to fight, because I don't think Azure Ray is going to give him the full time to farm an additional item on top of that. He might just have that and nothing else by the time the big fight comes.
Meanwhile, Chalice, almost the Manta completed. That's huge. Suddenly that puck, like, he will be silenced every single time. At least Ghost has BKB. Like, of course he does. He needs it heavily this game. So maybe the Chrono is here. I mean, you have Chrono, but Slark is still with an Aegis for 2 minutes. If you could kill him without Chrono.
Well, they're going to try to do that now as they go on top of him. Global Silence will be there, though. Bails him out, enables them to kill the Batrider. And they still have the bubble. They're going on top of him, and they finally take away the first life. Will be buyback from this Batrider. He wants back in the fight ASAP. Ghost, his BKB is about to end. And now there is going to be a Static Storm drop down onto Somnus. Somnus forced into BKBing just so he can ensure that he gets away from this. Don't think DY will be as lucky, though. He bought back, so he can't afford to die again. And he does manage to scurry back towards his team, and that'll keep him alive. Silencer in the Dream Coil for Paparazzi. Will be a quick kill.
Yeah, it's time for Azure to fall back. They don't have global. They used a lot of their spells. Chronosphere is still up. Can they get a glimpse? That's the question. Kaka probably cannot.
And looking for the range.
Yeah. Maybe they can go on paparazzi here.
I don't think that kill was going to happen. He's too far forward. That being said, actually, he had no mana. So if the full swashbuckle connects with maybe a pounce, they probably actually could have killed him. But Lu was too far away.
Yeah, no, what they were planning is swashbuckle, chakra magic, swashbuckle again, try with just the two of them, but it's not an easy kill. I liked what they tried, going on Slark and killing him without utilizing Chrono, but the problem was by the time they killed him, they lost way too many other things, including the Batrider.
Azure Ray, they are smoking forward right now, but the one thing they did say, because they didn't use the Chronosphere, it's still available for XG. And Dreamcoil just came back off cooldown. Speaking of Dreamcoil, Puck just blinked forward. He's going to joint back and into the horn. Oh no, Harpoon immediately there on top of him. He's killed off. That worst time to be alive in the world, man. That sucks.
Yeah, they smoked up. They read his movement so damn well. He moved back, got silenced. The Manta coming in for the Abaddon.
Well. Paparazzi doesn't have like any bigger item queued up outside of his Sanjin Kaya for now. Somnus, he's also getting really problematic with this diffusal. Once Aghanims comes out for this Pango, it's a very big deal. Not just for how much damage he does in the fight, but that additional shield crush, if he just spams it out all the time, it also gets harder to kill, which is very annoying.
3 cores that are kind of difficult to kill, right? Like you have Abaddon with the ulti, you have Pangolier with the shield crash and just the mobility in general, and then in the end you have Slark, one of the slipperiest heroes in the game.
They are going to try and catch somebody, though, here from Xtreme Gaming. As they come across Chalice, he's the first one they see here, and obviously the worst person. 2 games in a row, Chalice playing this style of positioning himself forward. They're going to look to pop at least the first borrow time. They do indeed. At the same time, they find Tian Ming. They drag him onto the high ground, and they will kill off the silencer. He does have buyback, though, so they do have a buyback global, and they do use it, trying to kill Ghost on his Faceless Void. He gets pounced on by Lu, and that brings him down in the end. Static Storm from Kaka is decent, but JT just doesn't have the damage by himself, so they can't do too much. 2 sets lock. As he just pounces forward, searching for the Timber Soul. He is allowed to TP out, though, by some miracle. It's not over just yet, because DY trying to run away from the rest of Azure Ray. And he will survive. Only 1 hero dies here, but the 1 hero that dies for XG is the Faceless Void.
Yeah, can they defend without him? That's the question. I believe that they should be able to. You have Puck and Timber to spam, but maybe Chalice doesn't care. Maybe he's just already bringing way too much utility with the heals. This game just... I really didn't expect this. I expected it to be much cooler at this point, but Azure Ray, they don't want to wait.
Well, we still have a fight to take care of here. Paparazzi found a Dream Coil onto the 2 supports. In the meantime, JT trying to hold his ground on the high ground. Sadly for him, it's a little bit too weak. Ghost finds the Chronosphere onto Lu. The question is, can they actually kill him? JT there with the Chakram. Shadow Dance will come out. They just do not have what it takes. Beautiful disarm as well from Somnus. And in Rolling Thunder form, he cannot be aggressed into. Glimpse back onto Chalice. They bring him closer towards the base. There's borrowed time back online, though. So he's not going to die from this either. Kaka really just trying to get into the base. Able to do so with the Force Off. And there's the lasso onto Chalice. Will he die this time? He will. At long last, they take him down, but he's already done his work. Lu couldn't TP out, however, and he's going to get glimpsed back for himself inside a Static Storm, too. There's no kinetic field, though. It does come a little bit too late, but BKB will be popped by Lu, enabling him to run away from these heroes and finally bounce a retreat from the base.
That's the problem when you're playing versus Disruptor, right? Like, if you aren't taking the objectives and killing him, you will be punished for your pushes. They went to the high ground, they got super punished by a glimpse on Abaddon. They didn't manage to at least kill off Slark, so Azure Ray, in general, should be happy with everything that went down on the bottom lane. They got 1 side as well, and they're keeping the game in a fast pace, exactly the pace that they need to play it.
And what a time to be alive. as Roshan will respawn right now. They're not going to go into the pit because they want to pick off first. They smoke up. Guess who comes towards them? It is this Puck, but they don't see him in time. Lu hasn't been able to find the latch on the pounce just yet. They pounce Kaka instead. The Disruptor will be killed off. Does not have buyback. Now the chase is on from the rest of Azure Ray. They're coming off the JT. He timber chains away, but there's no way they're going to let him live. The bounce back from Somnus, the blast then from FY, and the right clicks of JT and the crew. They bring down this Timbersaw. The chase is not done just yet as they want DY. Harpoon back, beautifully done by Chalice, enables them to kill DY. So DY, JT, as well as Kaka are all gone from the map. And look where they are here, Lizard. They don't have time for Roshan. They want to go on the high ground and take a lane of racks.
Absolutely no reason to go back. You have Curse of Awareness to help you out with hitting the tower. Faceless Void still does not have Chronosphere. And these pickoffs, these harpoons, these movements from Azure Ray, yeah, they don't have a lot of catch, but Harpoon and Somnus is literally all they need. This could be megas. This could be...
Let's see if they will end up losing the game right here and here. Global Silence was popped. Chalice is alone on the high ground here, but he does still have borrowed time. Lu pounces away. They glimpse back Chalice, but he just blinks out of the base himself. Chalice drawing back some buybacks. They don't manage to take the full set in the top lane. However, while this was happening, range racks does end up getting taken by the creeps in bottom.
Yeah, that's almost mega creeps. They just need the top lane, and that's it. Where's Rosh? Rosh is down bottom. You need to go through the twin gate. This... let's see. Maybe they actually want to get the pick up first. Remember how Xtreme Gaming was punished for going for that too early Rosh? I don't think this is... I feel like they could go into the pit, but they're playing versus Chronos, so it's probably just as dangerous, if not even more.
We're going to have a full 5v5 fight happening here as Chalice breaks the enemy smoke, sets up for his own team to start the fight. JT gonna be the first one targeted by Xtreme or by Azure. They jump on him with the pounce, force him back. However, that was a BKB pop by Lu to make this happen. Dreamcoil now on the north side of the fight, spent in onto Chalice. Ghost looking for the chrono. He only finds the silencer though, and Global has already been used up. And they don't even kill the silencer during this chrono. At the same time, Kaka's getting eliminated by Somnus on the other side of the fight. They end up losing Tianming as well. The TP attempt, not gonna happen for Ghost as he gets brought down by the rest of Azure Ray. Only Puck and JT are alive for now. That might not be true forever, as Paparazzi's also been scouted now. Dragged back in with the harpoon. One more hit will kill him. And who's gonna get that hit? It's gonna be Lu on the slug. Getting a double, making this a 4-game affair, and potentially forcing out the GG. Holy shit. They did it. Azure Ray. They got the W, Lizard. Somnus and the boys, they did the... They're going to Bali. They're just going to Bali. That's it. With the whimper, though, at the end.
What the hell? I mean, look, this game did feel over. It did feel like they are in...